What's up, YouTube? It's Tobie from Team Second to None here with another deck profile. This time I'll do my Granblue. Shout out to Warliken. Shout out to everybody in my group, and shout out to Team Absolution, who keeps telling me and getting on me about not playing my actual clan that I started off with. I actually played this in our local tournament Sunday, and I went first place undefeated. The hardest match I played that entire day was probably Virgil's Angel Feathers. That was back and forth. But okay, my starter is Grenache, Generation Break. He also has the Hollow ability. So when you bring him out, he gets the Hollow. When he dies at the end of the turn due to his Hollow ability, you unflip 2 damage. There's a lot of cool combos that I did with this that I ended up finding as I was going through it. Just to unflip damage to set up for the next turn. It's actually really good. It's really legit. I run 4 Nightrose because you want to run her. There's no reason not to. When you stride on her, it's Counterblast 1. Call the unit from your drop zone. It ends up getting +2. Positive. Stays on the board. Absolutely amazing. Her GB2 ability is once per turn. When something leaves your rear guard, you can mill the top 3 to bring that unit back. Now that's amazing for cards like Grenache. It's amazing for a few of the other cards that are in here because it allows you to loop certain things, especially Hollow abilities. Say turn I brought this out, got Hollow, that died, unflipped 2, milled 3, that came out, that Hollow, that died, milled, and unflipped. It was, oh my gosh, it was amazing. 4 Night Storms, when it's placed on Vanguard, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, search the top 5, get a card with Hollow, add it to your hand, be happy. Coolest thing that I did with this, placed it, got another copy of him, had Stride Fodder. I was so screwed, I had nothing to stride with. This other ability is Rear Guard, Generation Break 1. When it swings at your opponent's Vanguard, you Counterblast 1. You can call the unit from your drop zone and a rear guard unit that's not occupied by him. So it helps set up your chain attacks. It helps set up a few other things that you want to do too. It's really good. Grade 2s, King Serpent. When it's brought back from the drop zone, Soul Charge 1, unflip a damage. This helps even early game if you only have 2 damage to allow you to be enabled to do other attacks, to pay other costs and all that. It's an 8K. You never want to ride it, and only running 1 isn't bad because you basically put it to the drop zone really easily. Skeleton Cannoneer. It's another freaking card that was amazing with Nightrose when I ended up bringing it back. Counterblast 1. It's Counterblast 1 when it's brought back. Hollow ability when it's brought from the drop zone. Retire one of your opponent's rear guards. Draw a card. Nightrose. It dies. Mill 3. Comes back, Hollow, Counterblast 1, retire 1, Hollow, kills itself. You nuke 2, drew 2, you milled 3. Beautiful. Absolutely good card. Really good for field control. Negro Rook. I love their names. Just saying. When he's placed, Hollow ability, when you end up declaring attack, he gets basically an extra 2. If he was hollowed, he gets +5. So he's a 16K swinger anytime he's brought out. Then he dies at the end like all the rest of the Hollow cards. Negro Lazy. This guy's obviously been in California for a really long time and got that sticky icky anyways. But when he's brought out, he's the Nightrose specific grade 2 that you have to have Nightrose to resolve his ability. When he's called, Hollow. Have to Hollow him. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. You can call the unit from your drop zone. If you do, he gets +2. At the end of the turn, he dies due to the Hollow ability. You countercharge, Soul Charge 1. So basically, he's a free cost at the end of the turn. He pays for himself, gets stuff on the field. He enables a lot of stuff on your board. I also run 3 Column Bards. Now, I run 3 Column Bards. I've been going back and forth exactly what I wanted to do. Originally, it was 2 Cannoneers. Yeah, Cannoneers went up. Negro Rook went up, and I think Negro Lazy was up too. But say I get stuck and I can't go to Nightrose, having Column Bard on the board helps me still tutor into all the other grade 2s so I can get multiple attacks off and use abilities and all of that. Grade ones. Three dancing cutlass. Forgot I updated it. Three dancing cutlass. When it's placed in rear guard, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. Combo, I ended up mulligan because I had a trash hand. Mulligan, got my crit triggers. Did my ride, called crit trigger, soul charge 1, drew a card, called soul charge 1, drew a card. So I put 2 crit triggers in, called dancing cutlass, soul blasted 2, drew a card. So it was like I helped go through my deck, get cards on the board, and kind of set up my drop zone for other things that I needed to do really early on. I run 3 Negro Bones. This is honestly a staple kind of quantity in all of my decks. Normally it's 3, 3, 4, 4s. Just, it works for me. There's no reason not to run it. Its ability, you have to have a Nightrose Vanguard. When it boosts at the end of the battle, counterblast 1, retire whatever unit it boosted, call the unit with the hollow ability. So that allows you to set up, enable more attacks, get off your Night Storm, get off your Negro Rooks, bring back your Negro Lazies, bring back Grenache, say on another column to make your other column matter, 16K columns or more, or even 21 of Negro Rooks on the board and everything. Really good. 4 Stride Fodders. If I don't have my Nightrose, drop Night Storm, search, do everything I need to do. For the PG unflippers, just in case I can't get my Grenache combos off, I still have damage unflippers because this deck counterblasts a lot. For hill triggers, because if you don't, you're weird. Crit triggers, I actually run, surprisingly, 12 crits. I just picked 2 of almost every single one that I had since I've been playing Granblue so long. Rough Seas Banshee, on the rear guard, activate it, put into your soul, draw a card. And I thought about running the stands, the ghost one and a few others, and I tried them out, but my issue with running those stands is I really hate playing cards that have too many stipulations, because that one has to be Generation Break. That one has to be brought back from the drop zone. And I'm like, I could counterblast 1 to bring back a column, to set up a column, to set up attacks, instead of calling back 1 column just to get a little bit stronger column, because it gives you an extra 10K on the board. So it's technically a 14K booster. So like a possible 30K line with Negro Rook, but it still wouldn't matter too much because 210K still stops it. I'd rather just keep swinging. That's what we does. Pale Moon Light, baby. All right, for my strides, I run 2 Corpse Dragon. Amazing G Guardian for Granblue. Same thing as all the other G Guards. Discard a heal trigger, comes out to the guard circle. Procs ability. His, so when he brought out to the guard circle, mill the top 2, he becomes a 20K shield. It's easy, simple. I run 1 Blue Heart, counterblast 1, choose 2 spots on your rear guards, and then replace those with 2 cards from your drop zone. It's just basically you putting them on top of them to remove them. Bandit Rum, on hit, call something from your drop zone, gets +2. 2 Obadiahs, when it's placed on Vanguard circle, go through your deck, get 3 cards, put them into your drop zone. If you put 2 or more cards in your drop zone with the hollow ability, you can call the normal ghosty unit right behind your Vanguard. For Nightrose Strides, when she attacks, Generation Break 2, Counterblast 2, Persona Flip, choose a row, which is a row, and put it down. They have to be in separate rows. Like, this is one of the things that was really freaking confusing to me at first when I first read it, because I was like, hey, a rows, but that's columns, whatever. But you have to put it on 2 separate rows. So something goes in the front, something goes in the back. Simple. All right. Demon Sea Queen. I'm iffy on her. She was good when I needed her to. I wish she wasn't a counterblast. She'd be 100 times better if she wasn't a counterblast. But she's from Fighters Collection. You counterblast one, flip one, and then you choose a unit from your drop zone, call it to the rear guard. She gets power for whatever she calls out. Now, she calls one for each face up. So your first one, she'll flip herself. She can call one. She'll get that power. And then, but the weird thing too is that whatever units you call, the total grade has to equate to 4. It can't be any higher than 4. So that's basically 2 grade 2s, 2 zeros, and stuff like that. If you played, if any of you ever played Silver Thorns and played the Lucier Venus, you'd understand it. All right. Now I did these last just because they're in different sleeves because, you know. All right. Sea Breeze. If you're a grade 3, your opponent's at grade 2, and they didn't put anything on their Vanguard circle, and they want to play that whole entire grade 2 game, you counterblast 2, discard a card from your hand, and you can ride this on your grade 3. Basically puts your generation break, helps against stalled decks. Dismal. G Guardian. Hits, has resist, choose one of your rear guards. It can't be hit. It's good against anything that nukes and tries to control or lock your field. Screw You, G Guardian, discard a card. He gets an extra 10k shield, so he's a 15k base, becomes a 25k shield. So for basically dropping 2 cards. So it's really good. I like dropping extra cards in this deck because it helps me set up other combos. All right, well, that was the Granblue deck profile. Number 1 at my locals. Whooped everybody's ass. I'd like to thank everybody who took that ass whooping. That's Granblue. It's Tobie. Like, subscribe, share our videos, and we got a lot more content coming.